Hey everybody, a happy Friday to you out there. Made it to the end of the week. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. Ryan, our station manager, Todd, came down and talked to me the other day, and lo and behold, he is an expert when it comes to birds. And he's telling me everything that I'm doing wrong when it comes to my birds and how I need to get this certain kind of seed, go to this certain kind of place, and figure out, exactly what it is that the birds need. And he's asking me stuff like, are you by trees and that sort of thing. He's asking me all these questions. So it actually helped quite a bit. I'm very excited to try his different methods and see if I can get some more different kinds of birds.
What were you doing wrong?
Well, so this is also what I heard from some people online, is that I've got the wrong seed potentially here. So this other stuff that he's talking about, he says, is a lot more expensive. He's like, you're gonna, wish that you didn't do this perhaps because it's very expensive. But he's like, it's worth it because you get all these different kinds of birds that come. Apparently, birds have standards. Who knew that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I don't have standards. Why does the bird have to have standards?
Especially if they start getting the good stuff, they're gonna come back.
Yeah,
and then they're gonna start poking at your house if they don't get the seed out there.
There's gonna be a whole bunch of holes in the cabin. That's not a good thing.
Some woodpeckers. Almost. Well, I'm happy you got some more advice.
Thank you.
Well, hey, coming up on today's show, we're going to be talking about something else very exciting, the opening ceremony for the Winter Olympics coming up on Northern News Now, and we're going to get you ready for the Super Bowl. At the time of our recording, too, our mixed duo curling club from Duluth, the team, won their first game, I believe, so
that's awesome.
We're hoping for some more good news coming up here over the weekend.
Let's get some gold, you two. That's awesome, right? Something like that.
Oh, yeah. Team USA?
Team USA, let's go. The 2026 Winter Olympics are now underway, so we decided to look at what people online say is their favorite Olympic event. According to the votes, snowboarding is #1 most loved Winter Olympic event this year. It's followed by hockey, bobsledding, and skiing, tickling the twine. That's #2 on that list.
They're going to be tickling the hills out there with their snowboards. I do love a good bobsled or skeleton, too, when the folks get on that thing for a skeleton. I don't know how you get into that or how you continue that, because I think going down the sled now as an adult, or going down the hill in a sled, that's exciting enough for me now.
Yes, and you can get going pretty fast just on a normal hill, but then you're going on ice with just the one person. It's like, oh my gosh, that is so quick.
I do love the team bobsled too, when they're all pushing it and they all hop in and get under there.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. Let's get to here's a question actually I wanted to answer. Why is the NFL's championship called the Super Bowl? So the name apparently started as a nickname back in the 1960s when the NFL and AFL were planning a title game between their champions, and Kansas City Chiefs owner Lamar Hunt jokingly called it the Super Bowl, inspired by his kids' popular Super Ball toy. So at first, the league's official name was the AFL-NFL Championship game, but reporters and fans began using Super Bowl so much that it stuck and has been the iconic name ever since.
When you really think about it, it doesn't make any sense, does it? That's funny. I've never thought about it before. It's the Super Bowl.
It's a big bowl.
Yep.
It's bowl games.
That's what I eat my breakfast out of. You know what I'm saying? Every single day, the cereal, Post Mateys, something.
Post.
I don't know what I eat.
Frosted Flakes.
I don't really.
I grew up eating bran flakes a lot.
Those are good.
Yeah,
they get things moving too.
Good is a word. It certainly is. Well, the other day we shared the new Budweiser commercial that aired during the Super Bowl on Sunday on NBC. Well, apparently it actually features a real North Dakota farmer. So Budweiser's big game commercial features one of its iconic Clydesdales, a bald eagle, and then Brian Franson here on the right, a fourth-generation barley farmer from Cole Harbor, North Dakota. Franson was harvesting when the company called, wanting a real farmer for its ad, and as he only appears for about a second or so, he says it's enough to remind viewers how important our farmers are.
That's cool. I like that he's standing up for all the farmers out there, and cool that Budweiser supporting them as well.
Yeah.
That's always a cool commercial, so cool that somebody kind of local anyway, in the Midwest, I'd say, got to be featured in a Budweiser commercial.
Got to be represented.
Yes.
That's awesome. And hey, for one couple this Sunday, their football loyalties are going to be split kind of like a Vikings-Packers household. The wife apparently roots for her hometown Seahawks while the husband is a big Patriots fan. But as they get ready to welcome their first child, team colors are taking a back seat. That's because Isabella Crane is due on Super Bowl Sunday, making the season incredibly special for the two of them. The couple even did a football-themed gender reveal, a Seahawks onesie, then confirming that it was a baby girl on the way. So while they may never agree on football, they say the only win that matters this Sunday is a healthy baby.
Amen to that. I wonder if they'll have the game on in the delivery room if it happens on that day. That'd be pretty amazing.
I think whoever wins the game would then get the rights to name the child.
Yes!
I think that's probably how it should go.
I think so, and I'd name it Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, whatever your last name is.
Sammy Darnold. Yep. Sammy Darnold Crane. Super Bowl 60 only a few days away, and a man in Maine getting ready to make his final trip to football's biggest stage. So for most people, a trip to the Super Bowl, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But for Don Chrisman, it has been his tradition for nearly 6 decades. The lifelong Patriots fan has been to every single Super Bowl game since 1967, and he's seen his team win it all 6 times now. It could be 7, but now he's 90 years old, and his goal is to remain part of the Never Miss a Super Bowl club. However, that is sadly coming to an end. As Chrisman says, this Super Bowl 60, will be his last.
Oh, that's what an incredible time and opportunity to be able to go all 60 years. That's incredible. And he picked the right team.
He did pick the right team, and he could be picking the right team again. What a way to go out, too, if the Patriots do win on Sunday.
That really would be incredible.
Mm-hmm. It may be a custodian's worst nightmare, but it is a Super Bowl tradition. The confetti that will be raining down after the big game is made by a family-owned company just outside of Boston. It starts as tissue paper and is then cut in California and then sent back ready for celebration. Workers at Seaman Paper Company are Patriots fans, and no matter who wins, though, their Lombardi-shaped confetti will fly this Sunday.
I've never thought about that either. I can't imagine the painstaking efforts that A, go into making this stuff, and I'm sure machines probably do most of it, but B, cleaning it up. Who's to clean it up afterwards?
I don't know. And there's people that actually hand put it into those machines.
Are you serious?
Into the confetti machines that then pop up after the players celebrate. Yeah.
Wow, those people probably don't get paid enough. That's
don't.
Incredible.
They don't. Before we head to break, there's a town that decided to change its name for Super Bowl Sunday. So there's a town in Massachusetts named Maynard, and obviously the Patriots quarterback being Drake May, they decided to keep the name Maynard. However, they added an E to celebrate the Patriots going all the way to the Super Bowl.
I love it. It's going to be horrible when you lose, though.
It's only temporary. Coming up, rules for those getting coffee during the Olympics in Italy. We'll take you there after the break.
Welcome back, folks. As the world starts the Winter Olympics Games here in Milan, Italy is gearing up to host athletes and tourists alike.
A lot of people there, and it's essential for visitors to understand at least one thing: the unwritten rules when it comes to Italian coffee. Antonia Mortensen showing us how to order the perfect cup.
For athletes and visitors coming here to Milan for the Winter Olympic Games who'd like to get a taste of daily Italian life, there's one key ritual, and that's how to order coffee. In Italy, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a precise, everyday choreography. I'm here at Marchesi, one of Milan's oldest and most famous coffee bars and pastry shops. The ritual starts before the first sip, and for those unfamiliar, it can feel like decoding a cultural script.
4 cappucci.
Once you enter, there's no formal queue. What you have to try and do is catch the barista's eye and say hello in Italian, which is buongiorno. Buongiorno. Buongiorno, per me un cappuccino, per favore. Grazie, grazie mille. Your order should be short and precise. Un caffè is an espresso. Macchiato is an espresso with a dollop of hot, foamy milk. Cappuccino is a cappuccino. Italians usually don't order that after midday. And if you ask for a latte, you will most probably receive a glass of milk, because latte in Italian means milk. If you want to have a latte, you have to say latte macchiato.
La colazione tipica a Milano è chi la fa in pasticceria o al bar, naturalmente il caffè fa da padrone e poi viene accompagnato dei cornetti.
Italians rarely sit unless they're planning to stay a while. The ritual usually happens al banco. It's quick, it's efficient, and it's usually over within 2-3 sips. If you didn't pay at the start, you settle up on your way out, usually with the exact change, and that's it, the ritual ends. It's simple, fast, and rooted in community. It's not just about drinking a coffee, but it's also about the moment it creates. And for visitors coming here, mastering it is the quickest way to feel like a local. Antonia Mortensen, CNN, Milan.
You know, I have to blame Starbucks for kind of like changing the way that, you know, if you go over to Italy, you're probably expecting to say certain coffee names.
Yes.
I'd say everything on the Starbucks menu, and they'd look at me wrong, yeah.
Weird, they don't say Venti over there? That's strange.
Yeah.
That's super weird.
But I've been to a McDonald's in Italy near Pompeii, and they have little tiny McCafe espresso cups, so
What?
they don't play around with their coffee over there.
That's awesome. I want to go to an Italian McDonald's. That'd be the
pretty
coolest
cool.
thing ever.
It was pretty cool.
Huh.
Well, hey, achieving the Olympic dream is priceless for those athletes, but many of them end up spending thousands of their own money throughout the year, taking on part-time jobs just to do all that rigorous training.
Now let's take a look at how these athletes put in the work both on and off the ice.
From the ice to the gym to a part-time job. It's a peek inside a day in the life of long track speed skater Mackenzie Brown.
It's definitely a busy schedule, that's for sure.
The Lehigh County native has been chasing her Olympic dream since she was a child.
Go Mackenzie!
Eventually trading in her inline skates for ice skates. She moved to train here at the Utah Olympic Oval, home to U.S. speed skating. Traveling the world with the national team, it has been a priceless journey, but one that does come at a cost.
Most of us don't make much money doing this, unfortunately. It's kind of like a break-even situation unless you win prize money.
The United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee receives no federal funding for Olympic athletes or programs. Many Team USA athletes are supported by sponsors and donors, helping them make their dreams a reality. A recent report found that, on average, U.S. athletes pay about $12,000 a year to pursue international competition. For Mackenzie, working a part-time job at Dick's Sporting Goods helps her make it all possible.
I've had some people ask me that same question, and they're like, oh, you don't get paid, why do you do it? I'm like, it's because it's what I've always done, and I've just always enjoyed it, and just kind of a part of who I am at this point.
Mackenzie is far from alone. Princeton, New Jersey's Kelly Curtis competes in skeleton. She serves in the U.S. Air Force World Class Athletes Program, which helps provide financial stability. But before that, she had her fair share of side hustles.
My favorite was being an extra on a movie set or TV series.
Speed skater Kimmy Getz made and sold her own cookbook to help raise funds.
I don't make a ton off of each book for what I paid to get them printed, but it was a little something and it was a fun project for me.
Bobsled legend Alana Myers-Taylor says she has easily spent more than $50,000 a year to make her dream a reality.
But you do it because you have this dream of winning Olympic medals, of creating a legacy and building, and you're going after your dream, so you do it. You find the way to make the money.
That's still something that blows my mind, is they don't get paid for the most part for this sort of thing. So like somebody like Michael Phelps, he didn't really make any money going to the Olympics. It was all probably the advertisers and stuff afterwards.
And then, if you invest in him and support him, then you get the payback too as a company. Saying, hey, we stuck with you from the very beginning.
That's pretty darn cool.
Well, hey, coming up, a super weekend for sports fans. We're off to the West Coast. Coming up next.
Welcome back, folks. Super Bowl week is well underway, and fans are pouring into San Francisco for the ultimate fan celebration.
Jennifer Bjorkland is there with all the excitement.
Fans having a ball at the NFL Experience in downtown San Francisco. Even if your team is in a rebuilding year.
No, it's a building process. Yeah. No, they did this on purpose.
Just a lucky few are here to actually cheer on their own team in the Super Bowl.
It's super fun. It's been fun so far, yeah.
You told me we'd be at the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'd believe it, but hey, here we are.
And here at the NFL Experience, it is an inside look at it all, even how the game balls are made. Sewn, steamed, pounded, and stretched. These are the players behind the scenes who tape up and get to work.
These are what we even refer to as industrial athletes. So there's a lot of sprains and strains that go into this job as well.
So lacing up your own football and making the whole thing from scratch is something you can do here at the NFL Experience. And Brad here has been showing me how, but let me tell you, his job is very secure because this is harder than it looks. And he makes about 150 of these per day.
And the most important ones are made at the very last minute.
We're at the factory on Sunday night of the AFC-NFC Championship game. And as soon as the last game's over, we get up and we go out in the factory and we literally start making the balls.
Those end up here and may become famous. Others in the hands of fans who all come together for the love of the game. Jennifer Bjorklund, NBC News, San Francisco.
The countdown is on to Super Bowl 60, and the game is consistently the most watched TV event in the U.S. every year. Now, that's a lot of pressure for advertisers who spend millions of dollars on those commercials.
It's insane, yeah. Jen Sullivan sits down with one beer company's marketing department to learn about their craft in making a Super Bowl commercial.
When it comes to Super Bowl commercials,
why didn't they invite us? Well, we're salty.
The competition to win your attention may be just as fierce as the competition on the field.
When you talk about the Super Bowl, the pressure is always high.
Ricardo Marquez is the vice president of marketing for Michelob Ultra, one of the many beer brands that's owned by Anheuser-Busch. This year's ad is called the Ultra Instructor, featuring big names like Kurt Russell,
Strap in,
and Lewis Pullman, who skis against NHL player and former Olympian TJ Oshie and gold medalist Chloe Kim for the ultimate prize, not having to pick up the bar tab.
Here we have the opportunity to connect with an audience of 100+ million consumers.
Last year, more than 127 million people on average in the U.S. tuned into the Super Bowl, according to Nielsen. It's consistently the most watched event on television every year. For marketing companies, it's a whole year of planning on the line that boils down to 30, or in this case 60, seconds on the clock.
This was a multi-month process.
And it comes with a multi-million-dollar price tag. NBC, which is carrying the big game this year, says some companies are paying upwards of $10 million for a 30-second spot. And while Michelob Ultra won't release what they paid, they did say it's a big financial investment, which is why their team spends an entire year working on it.
Humor, nostalgia, or inspiration, emotion always wins on the Super Bowl stage.
Marcus says while you want to create something memorable, the ultimate goal is promoting your product. They also measure success by how much buzz the commercial gets online, which is why many companies now release their ads ahead of the Super Bowl. And Monday morning, it's back to the drawing board to come up with next year's big idea. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
So excited.
Absolutely insane.
We'll send you off to the weekend when we return here on Northern Life.
Hey, if you're catching us at 6:30 tonight on our CBS side, thanks for not watching Wheel of Fortune. Make sure to change the channel back, though, to NBC to catch the opening ceremonies on NBC. The ceremony will be broadcast on NBC and streamed on Peacock. Fans can also watch their favorite events live on NBC, USA Network, CNBC, the NBC app, the NBC Sports app, and NBCOlympics.com.
You got no reason to not watch anything. They got like 10 different channels you can watch this on.
No excuse to miss something.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Also, when Sunday comes around, Super Bowl 60 kicking off at 5:30 p.m. our time on NBC here on Northern News Now. And the game will be streaming live on Peacock, too. So in addition to the actual sports of it all, some of the biggest names in entertainment will be on hand, too. We have Puerto Rican singer and rapper Bad Bunny headlining the halftime show. And then some pregame performances by people like Charlie Puth, Brandi Carlile, and Coco Jones, who will also be part of that broadcast.
Do you know who's singing the national anthem this year?
I do not.
Oh, and then Shania reminded me, yeah, Green Day is going to be there, too.
Wow,
That's going to be a ton of fun.
Oh, Green Day. Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris Stapleton the other year when he did that opening national anthem.
Beautiful.
Yeah, bring him back, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He should do it every single year. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you so much.
We'll see you back here on Monday. Wishing you all a great weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.